This is CPM Precalculus Chapter 1, number 118. So we're asked to evaluate these three expressions without a calculator. Okay, so 8 to the 2/3 power. Remember that when we have 8 to the 2/3 power, we can separate that to be 1/3 times 2. Right? This is the same thing as 8 to the 2/3 power because when you multiply these two terms, you get 2/3. And that 1/3 is going to be the cube root of 8, and then we're going to square that later. Okay, the cube root of 8 we know is 2 because what number multiplies by itself 3 times to get 8? Well, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Well, 2 squared is 4. So we just evaluated 8 to the 2/3. Okay, next we're going to evaluate 100 to the 3/2. Okay, so again, we can separate this to be 100 1/2 times 3, right? Okay, so when we do this, this is basically saying, well, to the 1/2 power, remember, means the square root of 100 cubed. So I'm just looking at 100 to the 1/2 and converting it to the square root. And we know that this is the same thing as writing the square root of 100, right? Because this right here has an implicit 2 right here. It's invisible. We don't need to write it. The square root of 100 we know is 10. So 10 cubed, we know 10 times 10 is 100, times 10 again is 1,000. So 10 cubed is 1,000. And this is equal to 100 to the 3/2 power. Okay, finally we're going to look at 125 to the 2/3 power. Again, we want to separate the fractional exponent into 1/3 times 2. So I'm just separating the denominator of that 3, putting over 1, multiplying by the numerator 2. Okay, this is equal to the cube root of 125, this first part, and then this 2 means we're going to square that. Well, what times itself 3 times equals 125? Well, we know 5 times 5 times 5 is 125, so that's 5. 5 squared we know is 25, and we are done with 125 to the 2/3 power. So this ends CPM Precalculus Chapter 1, number 118.